Welcome to Down The Sideline. We're all out of AM crunch wraps and Kevin's still working. How's it going, fellas?
Going good.
All right, games from last week. Chef, how good did everybody do?
We didn't do good, as in me. Y'all did great. Y'all were both 6-2. I was 3-5. I went underdog pick. Y'all went for sure picks.
No. We went winning pick.
What are the one did I lose? I lost what? The Bowling Green and Temple.
No, you picked Bowling Green. You got that one right. You lost Temple and
Air Force.
Air Force, yeah. So overall on the season, I was 28-29. I was under 500. Kind of sucks. Mike was 30-27. Ope was 34-21. And Kev wouldn't hear the past couple of weeks, but he ended whenever I kept his picks was 19-19, but he missed a couple of weeks. So that's still not bad for him coming in late and then not getting all of his picks towards the end of the year because he's got real life stuff going on.
All right, how'd the poll go?
The poll was surprisingly pretty good. We had 8 votes for Stanford, 2 votes for USC, and 2 votes for Baylor. It was, who do you think is going to win? Number 7 Stanford, number 20 USC, or number 12 Baylor, who isn't playing in this game. And somebody still voted for Baylor. That's pretty funny.
Well, kudos to you if you're listening to this and you're one of the guys that voted for Baylor. That's fantastic. I love it. Let's run straight into this week's games. Let's start with non-BCS bowls and kind of work our way to the college football playoffs. How's that sound, fellas?
I'll let you run down the list. We're going to do every bowl? Heck no. We got 7, maybe 8.
No. There's way too many bowls. Way too many. Army Navy, right? Today is Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. Let's do a pick and start it with them. Now, I haven't watched a whole lot of Army Navy. I'll go ahead and go first on that. I'm going to pick Navy because of the triple option.
I am also picking Navy because I think they're 11-1 now.
9-2.
Okay, they're 9-2 either way. Plus they're on boats.
I'm going to go Navy also because they've been tearing it up all year long, man. I mean, they almost beat a Notre Dame team. That's one of their losses, and then I think they ended up losing to Houston. Pretty bad, but I mean, they went out there and took out and played some high caliber teams, man. I was happy with what they did for a team you wouldn't necessarily associate being a good team.
There's some other games. I mean, do you guys want to talk about some of these others? Like, there's some good matchups that are good watching.
Just looking, this looks like one of the better bowl seasons I've seen in a while.
Yeah. Houston at Florida State.
I think this is going to be a good game. I think, though, that Florida State's probably going to end up winning. I think it'll be close, though. I think Houston could probably stay at them. I think it's a good bowl game for both these teams, but I'm going to take Florida State in this one.
Yeah, me and Opie are going to agree for once and say that Florida State's going to win. Florida State's got Dalvin Cook. Houston doesn't. Houston hasn't faced anybody like Dalvin Cook all year, I don't think. I'm
gonna go Houston. They're American Athletic Conference champ, and they've already beat 3 Power 5 schools this year and 3 ranked opponents this year, whereas Florida State they're in the ACC, so I'm not impressed with them at all. But I think Houston's going to get a huge 4th Power 5 win this year.
Northwestern Tennessee?
Yeah, let's do that.
Northwestern Tennessee. I'm going to go first. I'm taking Tennessee on this one. Their 4 losses are by 7 points or less. They haven't been beat by more than 7 points all year long, and 2 of those were 2 teams in the top 4 right now. So I think they're a good young team, and this will be a learning experience for those young guys, and they'll be great next year. They're going to be a fighter for the SEC champs next year.
I agree with Chef 100%. I don't have much to add to that. I thought Tennessee was going to be better this year. That's documented, in past episodes.
I'm actually going to also take Tennessee. I think it's closer than you guys think it is, though. And I think that Dobbs has a big game.
I think both of these teams, give them a year or two, and they'll be up there, man. They have the potential. As long as they do what they need to do. Good young teams, man.
Michigan at Florida.
I can go first. I'm taking Michigan for a couple of reasons. One is Michigan's pretty stout against the run. Not that Florida runs the ball a lot. But I think that that stout defense there in Michigan is going to completely strangle Florida. I think that Michigan's got one of the better defenses, and I think that they're able to win a bowl game. And I think Florida's probably a little disheartened after getting beat in the SEC championship game. I don't know if they thought they were going to win or not, but I think they're a little bit down. Michigan wins.
This game is a tough pick for me. Florida has a hell of a defense. Now, that game with Alabama in the SEC championship, it was really close. We were texting, during the game and stuff. I think with Greer, Florida would have probably been a one-loss team going into the SEC championship. But it's hard to win football games when you can't score any points. And Florida hasn't, I don't remember the last time Florida scored any points. But they've done a really, really good job of holding Derrick Henry. I'm going to take Michigan because Michigan's going to score more points than Florida, but it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, I'm going to take Michigan as well. This is going to be a huge defensive game. Both of these teams have outstanding defenses, but Michigan's got the better offense, and they're going to wear Florida down towards the end, kind of like Alabama did, and get just enough points to get the win. But I think Michigan's going to hold on for the victory.
Notre Dame, Ohio State.
I want to take Notre Dame. This is the best team Ohio State has faced all year. And I still say that even over Michigan State. I don't think they're as good as everybody says they are. And with the time off, Notre Dame's going to get their players that have been injured most of the season time to recover, and they're going to come out almost full strength, not quite full strength, but they're going to put up a good game and take out Ohio State.
I'm on the other side of the coin on that one. I'm still not really impressed with Notre Dame all that much. Ohio State can come out of this and they look at it for two ways. We're sad, down, and depressed that we're not higher ranked, and we're still, sad that we lost to Michigan State. Or we're freaking pissed off, and whoever we're going to face, we're going to knock the freaking helmet off their shoulders. If Notre Dame wins, it's going to be some kind of weird play, like by like a field goal, something like that. If Ohio State plays their offense and does the things they're supposed to be, I think they're going to win this game.
I think Ohio State wins this game by double digits. I don't think it's a close game. Like you said that this is the best team Ohio State played. Well, Notre Dame hasn't played good against any of the good teams they've played. They kept it close against Clemson, but that was earlier in the year. Stanford a few weeks ago. The game was close, but I just think that Ohio State, I think this is the best team that Notre Dame has played all year. It's going to be Ohio State. Saying that they're better than Clemson as well, I do think that. I think Notre Dame gets drummed.
All right, Stanford, Iowa. I'll take this one over. This is another tough one for me. I told you I had some few things to say about Iowa. They impressed me quite a bit. Their defense is MFing stout, dude. That's one hell of a defense and some damn good corners on that Iowa team. But that offense needs some work. They're kind of like, I don't want to compare them to Florida and like the opposite end of the on the spectrum, but their offense is very lackluster. Like they just couldn't, That's kind of like what I've been saying all year. Teams that are really reliant on one facet of the game. A hell of an effort on the last play of that game for him to put the ball in the end zone. That's one of the greatest college football games I've ever watched. I am going to take Iowa in this game because I think their defense is a little more stouter than Stanford's. Now, McCaffrey's a hell of an athlete. I don't think he's really going to have that of a breakout of a game. Now, but if he does, it might be receiving. Probably going to have more yards receiving than he is rushing the football.
I'll echo with what you said, Mike. I think that I'm actually going to pick Iowa as well for a lot of the same reasons, except I think Stanford's silver lining here is because of, like you said, McCaffrey. But I don't think it's going to be rushing or receiving. I think it's going to be the return game. If he can break off a big kick return or punt return, I think that's going to be his chance to be in the open field and have a chance to break out. I don't think receiving and rushing, that Iowa defense is going to let him get out. That offense kind of struggles if he doesn't carry the load. Even though he's only got 8 rushing touchdowns, that offense still struggles. I think if Stanford's going to win, it's going to have to be in the special teams. So that's why I'm taking Iowa.
I'm actually going to take Stanford. I don't think Iowa's going to be able to bounce back following their loss to Michigan State, and I think Stanford's a better team than Michigan State. A better player in McCaffrey than I think Michigan State has in their backfield, and I think Hogan's a better quarterback than Cook is. So I'm taking Stanford. Iowa won't be able to slow down McCaffrey. I'm sorry.
Oklahoma State, Ole Miss.
I'm actually going to take Ole Miss on this one. Oklahoma State's offense is going to continue to struggle like they have the past couple of weeks. But they're going to keep it close. It's going to be a shootout for sure. But I think with this being the first out-of-conference Power 5 team both teams have faced all year long, it's going to be a doozy to see what a quote-unquote top team in their conference can do. Big 12 versus SEC. Let's see what the matchup really is. They have a lot of similar style offense. Let's see what they can do. And I think Ole Miss is going to come out on top.
I'm actually going to go the other way. I think that I'm going to pick Oklahoma State. See, Ole Miss this year, it seemed like after they beat Alabama, it was like they could coast because then they lost to Florida in a beatdown, and then they lost to Memphis in a game that wasn't close either. And then they won a few games, and then they lost to Arkansas in a heartbreaker. I think if it's a close game, it plays into Oklahoma State's hands more than it does into Ole Miss's hands. Because I don't think that they've won a close game this year. I mean, the Alabama game was close, I guess, but it wasn't as close as the final score shows. So close game, Oklahoma State.
I'm going to take Ole Miss. Personally, I like both of these teams a lot. I don't know that Oklahoma State, they're going to game plan a lot for Kim Dichie. Ole Miss has a good defense. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, they've lost a couple of games, blah, blah, but They're one of the top defenses in the country, along with Iowa and some of the other teams. That's the only one I can think of at the time. I don't know that Oklahoma State's seen a lot of defense. Big 12's not known for a lot of defense. I don't care what anybody says. They make jokes about it on ESPN on TV. Moral of the story is I'm going to take Ole Miss in this game. I wanted to talk about Oregon, TCU.
I'm actually looking more Oregon. They're flying high at the end of the season. They had a rough start, but they've been tearing it up, dude. They've been looking really good, and I think they're going to continue that in the bowl game. TCU, if Doxson doesn't play, still don't have that go-to receiver. I mean, the quarterback, yeah, he's going to give time to heal and all that, but I don't think he's got it right now. I mean, he had it looking good beginning of the season. They lost a couple of games. It's like, whatever. We don't really care anymore. I think Oregon's going to come out and beat them.
I'm just gonna come right out. I'm gonna tell you guys I'm gonna take Oregon. If you guys over there on the East Coast have been watching Oregon over the past few weeks, oh my God, they look amazing. That's not the same team that played Michigan State. That Oregon team looks good. Then Freeman, but he's not going to run you over, but he's fast as shit. Then they got some other guy that runs the ball damn good. There's like some other dude. It is, and it's not one of their main like guys in the like receiver. These are like straight running backs, and they're just cycling them in there, dude. Oregon's going to romp all over TCU, I think. Like when I look up your stats, and it's like your linebacker's 6 foot, 175 pounds, I'm like, yeah. All right, college football playoff. We'll do Oklahoma at Clemson. I was thinking about something to start besides my patented, this is a hard pick for me. That was going to be the first words out of my mouth.
Oh, this is cake for me. I'm not excited about either of these games because these teams aren't the matchups I was looking for. Oklahoma's got the time off, and they're going to dominate Clemson. This is the best team Clemson's faced all season. They're going to shut down Watson, give him trouble all game long. He's not going to be able to do hardly anything. Oklahoma runs away with it early and just piles it on. Clemson doesn't stand a chance in this game. Heard it here first.
I kind of disagree with both of you guys. Chef, I disagree with you in the fact that this is a good matchup for them because if either one of these teams plays Alabama's going to lose by a lot. And if it's been Alabama's Achilles heel over the past, 3 or 4 years, it's been a mobile quarterback, and these two guys are the best that there is in the college football game right now as far as a mobile quarterback. I'm going to take Clemson because I think their defense is a little bit better than Oklahoma's. Now, Oklahoma's got a good defense, but they have a good defense in terms of the Big 12. Yeah, I do think it's close. Michigan State, Alabama. All right, I'm going to come straight out of the board saying I'm going to take Michigan State. Alabama has one Derrick Henry. Is Alabama very one-dimensional? Yep. Do they have one Coker that's not really a very good quarterback? Yup. I'm going to pick Michigan State just because they're going to be able to throw the ball well. They're going to be able to run the ball just enough. If Michigan State can stop Derrick Henry enough to where it's third and medium to third and long, where Coker's going to have to pass the football, I would take the ball in Cook's hands to throw and make plays rather than say, okay, well, I trust Coker to make plays. Florida can stop Alabama's running game. I don't see why the hell Michigan State can't, because I think Michigan State's probably got a stouter run-tight defense than Florida does. All right, Chef, take it away.
All right, I'm going to take Alabama. Once again, I don't think it's going to be anywhere remotely close. Even with the struggles Alabama has had on offense this season, they've faced 7 ranked opponents this season, and they're going to continue to run over the opposing defense. Michigan State hasn't won by more than 4 points against a ranked opponent. They're fortunate enough to get wins against the caliber teams all year long. They're not consistent. They're going to continue to struggle against a stout Alabama defense, and I think it's going to be over by the half. Alabama's just going to whoop them.
Well, let me ask you this, Chef. What matchup did you want to see? If you could pick it.
I wanted to see Alabama-Oklahoma. That's what I want to see. That's the matchup I want to see. Out of all the top 10, that's the only game I want to watch. I don't care about any other game. If somehow Michigan State wins or somehow Clemson wins, I could care less about who plays for the national championship. I don't even want to watch it, man. It's not interesting to me. But if Alabama and Oklahoma play, I think that would be the game of the year. That's going to be an outstanding game. I'm looking forward to that one.
And I don't know. We may be able to see this Oklahoma-Alabama. On the other hand, as Chef, I'm excited to hell to see Oklahoma play Clemson and Michigan State play Alabama. And whether my picks are good or they're not good or whatever, I'm still going to be excited about the national championship just because I like college football as a whole. I can't wait to see what happens. This is going to do it for this episode of Down the Sideline Bowl Edition. This is going to come out on the 26th, so the picks are on December 7th. That's when this is recorded, so if quarterbacks get hurt or blah, 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 Don't be sending dirty messages on there going, don't you MFers know that, number one starting quarterback and all the corners all got arrested for DWIs. They're not playing in this game. There is going to be a poll. Go down in the section. Vote for who you think's going to win. It could be Baylor. So if you think Baylor's going to win any of the games coming up for the college football playoffs, you can put your vote in there. Opie does appreciate it. Once again, we record these live and they're edited down tremendously for YouTube. We tweet out myself or Chef when we're going to stream these. One other thing, we like doing the live stream stuff so much that we might not have, we can't have Down the Sideline because college football is obviously going to end. But we may try to, for once or twice a week, have a little show where we get on here, we hang out, we're bullshitting and talking and just playing, whatever random game that, we feel like playing that night. Maybe one game, maybe a couple of games. Kind of have like a little multi-game show. That's going to do it for this episode of Down the Sideline. I appreciate everybody that's been here for the live show. Appreciate everybody watching on the recorded show. It's been a good season. Looking forward to next year. But that's going to do it. We'll see you guys next time.
Deuces.
Later, guys.
Toodles.